Enjoy all these premium courses in this channel for free.
Time to take a chance to fly, feeling like I'm 10 feet high. Nightmares call, you can't deny. Better find a place to hide.
Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of our video editing course. We've undertook part 1 already. If you've not seen part 1, then you have to see it so you can successfully complete part 2. So we have this now. We have our timeline. We have it going. We have a couple of clips. We have a couple of clips going on, and I think you've understood the trend of what we're trying to do. So we also have our reference here. So the next thing that I would want you to really learn, because if we play our video now, you will see that we have quite a number of interesting shots, right? We have quite a number of interesting shots, and you would agree with me that they are amazing, right? They are amazing. So there is something we would want to learn, okay? Something we want to learn, and that would be keyframing. So there are particular layers that we need to keyframe. Okay, keyframe is just like doing an animation. Okay, doing an animation, and I think there's a particular part we have to keyframe to prove a particular, or to increase the intensity of the scene. So we can increase this. So what is keyframing really? Keyframing is animating. Okay, so you get to know. So I'm going to clip this clip. What do I want to do to this clip? I want to zoom in this clip. Okay, I want to zoom it in. So let me say I go to my effects control. I want it to move from here to here, right, closer to the actor's face. It will help to increase the tension. So I want to do an animation, right? So if I want to do that, I go to the beginning of the clip, make sure I'm clicking on the clip, then I click this stopwatch I have here. If you see, make sure you're on effect. So then I click this stopwatch I have here. Then what I'm telling this is that when it gets, then I'll move it to the end, right? I can move it from here, move it to the end. So when it gets to the end, the scale should have been 138, right? You can see the figure here, 138. So that's what I'm telling it. I want it to keep zooming in until it gets to 138, right? So these are keyframes. We call them keyframes, so they can be used in animation. So, and the interesting thing is that you can use this for any of the property you have. You can use it for position. So far you can see it here, this stopwatch icon. You can use it for opacity. So it's something that is very handy. So we can put it here. You can see that is zooming in, right? It's zooming in. I hope you saw it. So that's just it. So it means we've added a keyframe to this. So as we go on, we're going to be adding some more keyframes. So you can see that it's increasing the tension of the scene just by zooming it in. Okay, the same thing, you can also zoom out. You can zoom it out. If I want to do a zoom out now, I would say, okay, from here to here, set this scale. I'll set the scale. Then from here to here, I want it to be smaller than this, right? So you're going to see that it's the same thing. It's going to be smaller, right? So it lasts for as long as the clip lasts. So that's how to do keyframing. Okay, so I'm going to take it back to what it was. So so this is what we need. So that's keyframe. So if you notice any clip zooming in by himself as though you are panning a camera, just know that we did it. We did not do any panning while watching. So all these clips, you can be creative. All these ones, you can zoom it close to the eyes, right? It creates more tension in your scene or your set, right? So that is just the way it is. That is the way it is. So I'm just going to fill in. I'm going to fill in. So what I'm just going to do is that I'm just going to fill in the rest part. Okay, I'm going to fill in the rest part of the video, and I wish you do the same to fill in according to the reference we have here. I'm going to fill in the rest part of the video until it gets to the end. Okay, until it gets to where? Gets to the ending. Ending. Okay, so let me just do that. So I'm going to speed things up. So that's it for that. I had to just speed up the cut so that your video does not get boring. Okay, while I'm trying to show you how to cut, I believe we got to past half of it, and you're able to take on from there. And trust me, no matter how long it took you to cut everything or to arrange everything, I think it's worth it, and it will help to strengthen your fingers or your hands on this wise. Okay, so we did all the cuts and everything. There are some special effects you were seeing there that you don't need to worry about. We're going to still do them. Okay, so finally we've done all the cuts. So the next thing I want to show you is how to speed up or to slow a particular clip. Okay, so that is very handy. So what I want to do in this part, I want from here to here to be very fast and here to be slow. Okay, so if I have a clip like this, I want to be very fast, so I just have to right click on the clip, then I go to speed / duration, then I reduce the percentage. I reduce it, maybe I want to be 50%. I want the speed to be down by 50%, right? So I reduce it. So as I'm reducing it, sorry, it's the other way around. If I'm increasing it, like the speed, I want it to increase by how many percent or whatsoever. So you'll be or you would notice that the duration is also reducing. If I'm increasing the percentage, the duration is reducing. Okay, it means I'm shortening the time of the clip. Let me just reiterate what I said. Let me just repeat what I said. If you want to speed up a clip, it means that clip will take a lesser time to finish, right? So as we're increasing the speed, it's taking a lesser time to finish, so it's getting to 1 minute. So a clip that was supposed to be like 2 minutes before, if you increase the speed, it will take like 1 minute for it to finish playing, and depend on the rate of speed you want. Okay, if you want more to increase the rate of speed, the time will be shorter. Okay, so if for instance I say I want to run from Usain Bolt want to run from here to let me say South Africa. So if Usain Bolt is using a very high speed, it's going to take him a lesser time. So it's just simple physics. It takes him a lesser time to get there, but somebody is slow, it takes a longer time to get there. Do you get? So increase of speed means the time will be shorter. So I guess you get that. So you can either increase the duration, that's make it slower, or you reduce it to make it faster. So anyway, you can work from here or work from here. So far this linked is pressed. So far you link it, so make sure this thing is checked. Click on it, make sure this cancel is not showing. Click on it so that they can be linked. So if you're changing one to affect the other one, so that's just it. So I want to speed things up. Okay, I want to speed things up a bit, so you can see we have our guy sitting right. right? So there's a clip that is missing here where the guy sat from the side. From the side, right? So let's just look for that clip. I think it should be in footages. I think it should be in this part. So let's do him walking. Let's use here. He sits down, right? So we can use here. So let's just have him sit down, moves the shirt and sits down, goes back to here. So I think it's okay like this. Sits down, right? Right? So we have something like that. It sits down and it looks at. So we can push this. So that's what this tool is used for. We can push this entire, and you can see that is aligning all the clip together. So I can push all of them to this side, right? So it's very handy to, in case you have a little edit to do. Like, you can see this clip was not enough, so we have to extend it. So you can see. So it sits down. So we want to make this place seamless. It sits down. Puts on the light. So watch this place. It has to be uniform. Okay, remember what we talked about. Not when the guy, so he's going down now. Going down. No. It has to be somewhere here. Right? So it's going down. Okay, I believe it's uniform now. So we can take it here. Yeah, I think it's okay now. So we have that clip right there. So like I said, we made this very fast. So we're going to look for any clip that is supposed to be fast. So I believe this clip was supposed to be so which other clip was supposed to be very fast or slow, right? So I think this clip was supposed to be slow. This particular one, this particular part where you put on the bulb, it ought to be very, very, very slow. Okay, so we are going to take it from here. So I think from here it's going to be very slow, right? So take this part, then we'll make it very slow. Speed / duration, remember, then we increase the duration, which will increase the speed, right? So we have this here. So which other part is supposed to be fast? So this part is supposed to be fast, where you took off the but mind you, do not take off your sound. Do not take off your sound, mind you. So I believe you can hear my voice from there. So I'm going to unlink. By the way, to unlink is to separate your video from your audio. So if you want to do this, maybe you want to do a separate edit on your audio or your video, you right click on them, then you click unlink. So it unlinks your video. So if you delete your audio, it will no longer affect your video. So I hope you get. So I need that sound. I need that sound where you removed the pack from the system. So I want to put that sound here. So let's speed up this part. So I'm going to speed it up. Which is the time it happened. It's too fast now. So let's increase it a bit, right? So we can use here. So we can close this gap. So this thing is still too slow. So let's get it here. So we got it here. So I think it's too fast now. So we also have to increase it a bit, right? Increase it a bit. It's now too. So we don't want him to clean the system yet, right? So we can make this end slow, right? We can make this end slow because we do not want him to clean the system yet until his eyes appear, right? So it's something we can still slow down. It's not going to show, right? So we can bring his eyes here, yeah. So we haven't removed this thing. So let's try to speed this up a bit. Right, let's speed it up a bit, just a bit. Okay, so we have it. There you go. So we are looking for the parts that we need to speed up, right? So there is this part too. Okay, we have that. Yeah, he looks at his daughter's artwork. He looks down. Right? So forget my voice at the background trying to do something. You could take this off, right? You could unlink, then delete this video. Delete the audio rather, don't go and delete the video. So we are looking for parts we are supposed to speed up. Okay. You can just be creative with your slow motions, right? So you can see the girl shouting, "Leave me." Or I think that's another child at on the background. So we have this. Don't worry about the sounds, your setting sound. So I think there's a major part we will need to slow down, which is this part, just to get some emotion, right? So we can take from here, we can slow this down, right? So we can take from here, right? So we can take from here, and it's nice. Okay, so it just gives some emotion. So when you slow things down, if you are slowing the sound down too, so it starts behaving, you are start hearing that monster kind of sound, so it's normal. So we can make it fast, then we can make it slow again. We can make this part slow, right? We can make it slow, right? Just to get emotions. So I hope you understand the system. So you can be creative with yours. You can decide to make some parts fast and some parts slow, right? So that's it. So just use your creativity and increase some parts you would prefer to be slow, just to get some kind of emotions. So after we have done with that, then we'll start to bring out our bars. Let's bring out our bar first. So there's what we call the adjustment layer in Photoshop. Okay, and through that adjustment layer, I'm going to teach you some effects in Photoshop. So an adjustment layer is like an invisible object. Okay, so I'll bring this. So let me take it back so I show you how I created this. So if you go to this your project, you see something like a file, new item. So if you go to new item, you see new adjustment layer, right? So if you click OK, it's going to create this adjustment layer. Then you can bring it here. So drag it, extend it. It's just like an image, but it's not visible. So I'll suggest you put it on the 4th track, right? So you increase it, then make sure it's at the end of your clip. Make sure it's at the end. So I want to teach you how to put those HD bars. So that would bring us to learning about the effects and presets. So After Effects, or let me say Premiere Pro. Why is After Effects coming to my head? Premiere Pro has a lot of effects that came with it. Okay, so is any software. There are always presets here and there that you can use to enhance your how to look, right? So how do we find that effect? So if we come here with this button, we'll find effects here. So you can see there are just these folders, but there are lots of effects, a lot of effects here. Sometimes you can even download more effects and add to it. Like I have downloaded some, you get, but there are a lot of follow com that you can already start using. So I want to search. There are video effects, audio effect, different thing, color grading effect you can use. But most times I just use this place to search. So you can try them on your own. I will advise you go through them. Try them. There are a lot of effects with numerous numbers, so there's no way you can use all of them for one project. So but I guess you just learn how to maximize them for certain situations. So just use them randomly. Then when it comes to a particular situation where you remember, wow, I saw this effect the other time, then you can later go on to using it. Okay, so does that make sense? Yeah. So how do we apply the effect? So we can either apply the effect on the video itself, right, on the video itself. So there's an effect for cropping. So I can say crop. So it's only coming outside because it's available. So do not click on the folder. This is the folder. This is the main effect here. So crop. So you see it here. So don't go and click on the folder and try to drag the folder. Click on the major this thing here. I have searched it. That's why it's singling this one out. So I can drag it. So you can either put it on the clip. You can see that it's showing plus sign. I can pick it and put it on the clip. So if there's any effect there, I can just put it and put it on the clip. So if I put it here, it will change this box we have here. The FX is going to be green, means there's an effect on it, right? So how do I edit that effect? So I come to effect control. If I scroll down, you'll see the title here, crop. You see it here. Leave this other one. These other ones are the normal distance we try to manipulate that time. So we have this one, crop. So there are different effects to crop here, right? There are different effects to crop. So how can we crop now? So we can crop the top. You can see what is happening to the video. It's taking the upper part. So I can say I want to give you a 15%. Okay, be careful what you type though. Top, let me give it 15%. Be careful. So I'll give the bottom 15%, right? So you can see that it's giving that HD bar. But the thing is that we'll keep doing it for all the clip, because imagine we move to the next clip, start to do it again. So it's not a wise thing to do. So that's why we use adjustment layer. Adjustment layer will apply it to all of them at once. As far as it's on top of it, it will apply to it. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's apply it to this adjustment layer, and let's do the same thing. Let's do the same thing. Let's go to the top 15. Let's go to the bottom 15, right? So we have 15, then we'll have it. So you can see that one. Then we're going to be having a little problem, because sometimes this our clip will not be within the frame. So we'll have to be doing a little exercise by adjusting it to be within the frame. So something like this clip, I have to shift it downwards, the position. I have to take it downwards, but don't take it over, because there's going to be remaining a black spot. So don't take it past where the adjustment layer is ending, right? So I can leave it like this. I can see that the guy has looked. So I think it's still within the frame. This part is okay. So let's just be looking out for the part that is not within the frame. So we have this part is not within the frame. So we don't want things to outside our frame, right? So all this part we can zoom it in so that we could see this side, so that can be centralized. We can zoom it in. So you see why the effects control is important. So we start editing everything in. So we have our eye within. So this one, the same thing, we would have to scale it in. Then I want to centralize him. That's why I'm trying to do this thing. You get, and I want a part of what is doing to be visible for the audience, right? So we can see it's cleaning system, right? So that's okay. So this is within the frame. The eyes, they are within the frame. Okay, this I can shift this one to this side, right? I can zoom it in, then shift it to this side, to be right. So I hope you are getting the drill, right? So that's it. So anyone that is already what they call it now, already adjusted, you can leave it like that. But as we are going, we can see things that are not properly adjusted, right? Okay, so that's for that. So if you see anyone that is not properly adjusted, you can adjust it to suit the frame that we've made. So that's for that. So I want to show you more effects, right? I want to show you more effect. So there's another effect you use to take away green screen. I know you've heard the word green screen before, right? You've heard the word green screen. So we can add some spice to our work by getting green screen elements, okay? And how do you get green screen elements? How do you get green screen elements? Green screen elements can be gotten by you going to YouTube and searching for them, okay? You go to YouTube, you search for green screen elements, and you find them. You find them on YouTube. So most people don't know how to get editing resources. Editing resources, they are all over YouTube. So you don't need to go and try to get a very try to maybe buy or something. You can buy when you've gone very far, but you can find them on YouTube. So what do I want to get? So I need like a glitch here. I want to just add an effect here. So when you put on the lamp, let me show you from the original clip. You'll see like a glitch that happened just to spice up the video, right? So when you can see, hope you can see this glitch. I'm talking about this glitch. So we can use green screen to add that glitch. So you can go to YouTube. You can search for green screen. So anything you search for green screen, you will find it, right? You find it. So you can see different glitches, green screen. So the concept of green screen is to bring in objects that were not initially in the scene, just bring them in to just add some effects. Okay, so if we have something like this, for instance, if we put something like this on our video, all these spice, all this sparkling stuff, they will be showing except for the green. So it will be like a see-through. Do you get? It will be like a see-through. So you've seen it in all those action movies, them using green screen like that. But I think Premiere Pro is not the very best place to do green screen, but at least you can do it. When you want to do major green screen VFX, you go to After Effects, but Premiere can still do some kind of green screen. So we have this part. We want to add the glitch here. So I already have a green screen I've downloaded. I've downloaded. So let's check clip. Let's check green screen clip. So we have this glitch. So what you're going to do, let's view it here. So let's take a little portion of it. So let's take this portion, then let's put it here. So notice something. So I'm going to color it. Most times when all your clips are just one color, you can see that all this clip we have here is just blue, and this one is pink, right? So but I can make this separate so that it does not confuse me. You get? I can right click and say label. So it's very good to, I can say mango color. So it seems that you see that it makes it stand out, right? It makes it stand out. So it makes it stand out. So we can have this. So you can notice that the size is not this size. So something you can do is that you can go to effect control, click on it, then you can increase the size, right? Increase the size. That's in the property. Then how do we add this effect? So you know where to get effect, right? So you can go to effects, come here, go to effects, right? If you are using a different workspace, you might likely see effect very quickly. Do you get? Sometimes effects might be at this side, but if you are using a very good workspace, you will find it. But if you can't find it, click on Windows, then make sure it is checked here, and you will see it. Okay, so you can go to, there's an effect used for removing green screen. You can go to ultra key. Okay, so I can put it on this green screen, put it on top of it, then it's going to have some properties come up. So you can see ultra key, the name of it is the name. So everything from here downwards is related to ultra key. So there's nothing upwards related to it. So you go down to all the properties below it. So you click here, click on the key color, then use this one to just touch this green part. You can see that it's out of here. Touch the green part, then you can see. Then we can reduce the opacity, the effect, reduce it a bit so it does not have too much of effect on it. So we can still try to increase the scale. You get? So it looks very neat. So you can see it's already there. So we don't want it to fall to this side. We just need it for this point. So you can see it creates this kind of effect on it. So you can see how we created an effect cheaply just using green screen. Just imagine how long it takes you to go to After Effects and try to create that. Okay, so we have this there. So we have other green screen element there. So let's apply them. Let's apply them, right? Let's apply them. So we have the part where it was called. So we can still apply it there. Let's go to where it was called. So this part it was called. We had a green screen there. So let's pick it. So we have okay, where it was called and it was being talked to. So we can pick this part, only the video, take only the video, put it there, right? So we go to our green screen, the same thing, go to our effect control, right? Effect, ultra key is already selected here. You can put it here. We can label this one mango again, so we know that's the green screen, right? So we have it here. We can touch it, the same procedure. So if you have to backward the clip, please backward it so that you learn. So another thing, we have to resize it. If you look at the main video, it was at this point, so we can resize it by using our scale property. Imagine, please, if your property shifted, you can click effect control to bring it out again, but make sure your object is clicked. If your object is clicked and it's not showing, click on your object again, it will appear. Okay, so we can use the position left and right, put it here so that it starts showing, right? So let's show, immediately receives the call. This is supposed to come up, right? It's supposed to come up, right? So it's already up. So we can take it to the end of the video. So we can shorten this part. Let's close this so we know it's done, right? So that's it for that part. So we have it here. So you can see how we cheaply created this effect, right? So something I would advise that you do, especially for effect. And by the way, I'm going to double click on this so that I can zoom this in. So I'm double clicking on this, right? Double click on this part back, this program you have here, then it will be smaller. Okay, so we'll have this here, right? So if you want to make your green screen cleaner, I would advise you do something we call masking. Okay, something we call masking. Masking is making a specific portion of the video to be visible and making the rest not to be visible. Okay, for instance, if we have this clip here and I want only his face to be visible, I click on it, then there's what we call opacity here. I know we know how to use the opacity like this, reducing and increasing, but if we use this opacity mask, okay, we'll click on it, then it's going to select a specific portion. So we can also decide to increase the portion. Remember, it's because I'm clicking on this clip, so it's applying to this clip. I can separate this video like a circle, right? So it can be playing in that circle, but this is not what we need, because it's not need. You can make it neater. You can increase the feather. You can see when you created this mask, it's created under option here, mask 1. Do you get? So you can increase the feather. Feather makes it the edges lighter. You can increase the on expansion. You can see what it's doing to it. So you can be creative in your own way. So that's masking. That's masking. Okay, so I always advise you apply a mask to your green screen. So I'm going to apply a mask to this green screen. So you can use all this part to increase it so that it does not go beyond in case. So you can also increase the feather and things like that, right? So I advise you put all your green screen like that, especially if it's very small, if it's not all over the screen. Unlike this first one, it was everywhere, so there was no need. So we'll have this, so I believe here is not, this place is not complete. So we have another green screen again, clips, green screen clip. We have this one. So this one is just for the call segment, just to show that somebody's talking, right? So what you want to do, I'm just going to do the same thing. Effect control. Remember, if your name of your video is very long, it will push away your effect control. So what you do is come here, you click effect control, right? If it's not showing, click on your object again. So I'm going to reduce the scale, and I'm going to do my masking, right? Create a clip mask. So make sure it's not covering your green screen. So so you can increase the feather, right? Increase the feather. So what do we apply now? We can apply our, so you can see that I'm doing it like opposite, like in a reversed manner. So you can decide to remove your green screen first before you mask. So it depends on you, but I prefer this way I just use. So I'm going to effect ultra is here. So I put it like this. So I select max, right? So you can decide, you can just be creative with it. So I want to push it closer to this place. So I can change the size, I can push it here, then I can push this downward, because something's, don't mind me, I'm a graphics designer, so I'm using that kind of, I want everything to be balanced. So we have this there, let me just shift it a bit. Okay, so we have this there, so that's it. So you can see what we use green screen to do very cheaply, right? So I'm going to show you a shortcut to zoom in your clip. Okay, I'm simply pressing Control, and there is this key. I'll put it on the, I'll put this keyboard part on this part of the video. So there's this key that you would not recognize except I show you. So I'm going to show you now. So this is it. So you press both of them, it will increase and decrease your frame. So you can see this in the full screen. So you get to see what you are doing, right? So you press it again to go back. So that's it. So we have this part. So I think we have done with all the green screen. So the next thing we want to do, let's bring color to this video. Okay, so next thing I would like you to show is how to color grade. So like I said, this video was being shot on a log footage. So a log footage is a flat footage that has just little color or no color, in fact, so that you can easily manipulate it when you come to Premiere Pro. So there are other ways to do it. If it's a video that was shot on a normal camera profile, maybe just camera profile that has its own color, you don't need to do much color grading, it has colors already. But this one is a different color profile. This is what they use for cinematic movies. So that's what I'm using. So for you to treat this kind of movie, if it's not a log footage, there's no need to do what I'm doing. You just have to do a little tweak or color grading. Okay, so before you do color grade, you do color correcting. And if you look at our cinematic course that we have on this channel, you see a deep dive into color grading. So I advise you go and see that video. That video will explain more to you, okay, about color grading. But I'm just going to do a little bit on color grading. So you've noticed that I shifted this thing upward because I want everything to be below it, even the color to be below it, everything I'm doing to be below it. So what you want to do is that you want to create another adjustment layer, right? So let's create another adjustment layer this time. So you can see what adjustment layer is doing. You add an effect, but it does not destroy your clip. It doesn't touch your clip. So you can see that it's only on the adjustment layer, but it's affecting the clip. So I'm going to bring this down. So the first thing you want to do is to convert this video to the normal way it's supposed to be, right? Convert it to the normal way it's supposed to be. Like I said, look at our tutorial on color grading, or our course on cinematography. You find the section where it taught color grading very well. Okay, but I'm going to explain just a bit here. So you are converting this video. To, remember what I said, if your clip was not shot in log profile, there's no need to do this. Okay, so I have to take this to the normal way, the way an average person will shoot a video, where all the colors are showing. So let me convert it to that way. Let me convert it to that way. So you put your first adjustment layer here, then you get what we call a lot. Okay, if you don't want to learn color grading, you can as well skip this, because it takes some advanced procedures to learn this part. I will teach basic color grading, but let me just make this fall in place, right? So we have this now, and I'm going to put what we call a Rec 709 converter, right? So just be patient with me. At the end, I will just show you basic color grading where you don't have to do all these advanced things. Okay, but I had to put it in the video because it was a cinematic video we're editing, right? So it's not bad to just get a little, but if this part is too heavy for you, you can just push it forward, right? Just forward the video and just continue. Then later on in your journey, you will come back to this and maybe you would get it. Okay, I think it takes step by step. You don't have to rush yourself. Okay, so we have this adjustment layer here. So I'm going to change now and go to Windows. Let me take it to workspace. Let me take it to color, right? Is there anything like color here, so that we can do some color grading? So I can't find my panel again. Please let me take it back. to editing. Let me take it back to editing. So let me see my windows. Let me put color. Okay, let me put lumetri color, so you can see it here. Lumetri color. So you can see the color grading properties here, or items that we can use to tune our clip, right? So you can see here, you can use it to increase the exposure. That's the brightness, right? So make sure you are clicking on the clip. It's still the same technique. So I can add green or to the footage, but most times to learn color grading, you have to be very, very good at camera. Okay, you have to be very good at knowing good or bad clips, right? So what we are going to do is that just follow what I'm doing. Adjustment layer, we'll go to, it says we have basic correction, then we'll go to browse. Then in that folder that was provided you, we have color, a folder for color. So you want to click this vlog to V709. So we are converting it to the normal clip that everybody will shoot, the one you are shooting your phone that has color, normal color. So that's what we are converting it to, because we shot on a very, very less saturated, and that was for a reason. Okay, so we've done that, we've converted it. You can see that the colors are back. I hope you can see that our video is back with colors. So you can see that colors are back. Okay, so, and somebody will be asking, why did you not just shoot in this manner? Okay, let me just answer you simply. If I shoot in this manner, if I bring it to my Premiere Pro, I will not be able to adjust the color as much as I want. The effect will not be, it will not be more beautiful than when I shoot raw and do the tweaking by myself. You get? So that's just it. That is why we do this. So I did it like that so that I can make it more beautiful, to have more effect. The color grading will have more effect on the clip. You get? But if I shoot in the normal way people will shoot, bring out colors, it will not be it will not be more beautiful. The color grading I'm doing will not have more effect on it. So that's just a simple thing. So that's why you have to follow this process. Or you can just bring your clip like that. You don't have to follow this process even, I think. But if you want it to have more effect, then you follow this process. So it's converted into that manner now. So the next thing you want to do, I can drag this up. Then I want to have another adjustment layer. Let me see. Adjustment layer. So we can have this here. Right? We can have this here. So there's what we call loot. So loot, rather than me tweaking, I can as well from here start tweaking. Hope you can see where I'm clicking. I'm clicking on the second adjustment layer. You get? So I can call this. Can I rename this? So I can rename this converted. Right? So we've converted it. This is the first layer. We converted it. Then here we can name this loot or lot anyhow. Right? So a lot is simply being lazy. It's simply taking someone else's color grading and putting it on your own. Somebody might see that and say, we've color graded this clip already. Now, is it not okay? Check the original video we did. You see that it's not even gone there. So you can make this finer. You can bring out the colors. Okay, that's what color grading is, bringing out the colors, making it classy. So rather than doing it by ourselves, we can bring out someone else's already made color grading. That's what we call loots. Loots are color grading files that someone has already done. Do you get? So I have one that someone has done already, so I want to apply it. The way I imported my vlog to this, I want to import a loot to this, or lot. So I come here, I say browse. So when you say browse, go back to this, our folder, assets, go to the color folder, go to teal and orange. So click here. So this is the file extension is .cube for lot. I click OK. Somebody just shouted, wow, I can't believe that this has a lot of colors. I can't believe this, my God. Yeah, that's what lots does. Okay, so you can get lots online. You can see that we shot this clip the way the lot is going to favor it. You can see we use the light, blue light and a red light. for the background. We use blue, red, orange, right? And the lots, if you look at the name of the lots, it's teal and orange, and you can see teal, our blue is just like teal, orange, yellow can be orange, you get. So it will be very fine because we lit the scene the way because of the lot we want to put. So if you put it on a different clip, it might not work exactly the way you want it to work. So we have this now, so we'll put it all over our clip. So it's affected it already, so we have it now, so you can see. So you can see, so there is something we can also do. If you do not like what you are seeing on the lot, or the lot does not have a lot of effect on it, you can create another adjustment layer again. Okay, then put it on top. Okay, I can rename this color correct adjust, right? So it's a very good thing to name your layers so that you don't get confused. In case you want to make an edit, name your layers, please. Name them, I beg in the name of God, name them. So you have this here. So what do you want to do again? So I can use this last one to, let me say, I increase the contrast, right? So I like this part, it's very fine. I can say here, let me add more yellow to this, right? I pushed it to this side, so I can I've done that. Then I can say, okay, let me reduce the shadow, you get. So let it become more interesting. So it depends on the way, when it comes to color grading, it depends on your own eyes. You can see something and you say, this is what I want, right? You can say this is what I want. So I'm going to leave it at this. So it depends on your own eyes, your own eyes. So but make sure your original colors are your original colors. Yellow is still yellow, right? So you see that it's too dark. It is too dark. So I have to take my shadows up a bit. It's too dark. I can increase my contrast. Take out my shadow. Right? So I can leave it like this. So that's just it. So we have our color correction done. So that's it. So the next thing I'm going to be teaching you is blend mode. So you must have seen those effects we did where it look as though he's typing on himself, right? You must have seen it here. All this stuff, as though he's typing on himself. It looks as if it's a very wow, why did you do this effect? Wow, it's not a big deal. Let me just show you. You can do that in one click. So there's what we call blending mode. You can use a blend mode to do that. So blending mode is just like especially the one we want to, it's just like you are removing a background. Right? I think this clip is too dark. So sometimes you might experience maybe an adjustment layer that worsen things. You can see this scene is too dark. So I can decide to click here and expose this scene again. Like the clip itself, I don't want to expose it too much. You can expose it, right? So make sure it's evenly exposed, right? So you can see, you can increase it. There can be more that we can do, right? But I'm just going to do it like this because of this tutorial or because of this course. Okay, so we have this here, it's not looking bad, looking all good. So we can decide to play it, but I'm not going to play it. So the same concept, you can use the same concept for maybe you are creating a movie or anything. You can use the same concept, or even a commercial or anything, or a normal video edit. You can see it's the same concept, right? It's the same concept. So you can see. So that's just it. So showing you blending mode. So there's a particular part where so we can start tweaking. Let's just start tweaking. So where did it start typing? We can use this part. Okay, we can tweak this part. We can, this is like an arcing screen. We can shift it. I'm duplicating it. That's just what I'm doing. So put it on top of the clip you want to put it. Right, put it on top of the clip. Then click on it. Then what you will do is go to Effect Control, go down, go to this blend mode, then put screen. Somebody just shouted, wow, is it as simple as this? Yes, it is. So I just want this text part to show, so that's why I'm stretching it. So you can see. Was it very difficult? No. Right? It was not very difficult. So it was not very difficult. So that's how to make your blending mode. So you can see the same thing. You can do it for other places where you want to just be dramatic. You want to add that part. You can do it. I think there was another place where we added it. A lot of places where we added it, and there are some places where we made it look as though it's reflecting on his own glasses. Okay, so let me do one of something like that here. Let me do something like that here. Let me say no. So let me do something like that here. So let's do something like that, as though something is reflecting on his glass. So I'll take it from here. Right? So let's take it from here and put here. So what do? You know what we do? We go to Effect Control. If it's not showing the first time, click it again. It will show. Okay? So let's put screen. So you can see. So sometimes we did it as though it's showing on his glasses. Right? It's showing on his glasses. So we have it here. So what we can do, we can use masking. So let's put it on his glass. I just mask that part off. Right, let's put it on his glass. Then we can use feather. Right, we can increase the feather here. So we can reduce the opacity so it does not look as though it's fake. Although we know it's fake. You can see. Hope you can see it. So we'll have it here. But this scene shifted too fast. It shifted too fast, right? So we can allow it to last from here to here. Okay, the scene shifted too fast. So let's take our masking. Let's take it to another person that will appreciate it. So I think this part is going to appreciate it. Let's bring it here. So you don't want to put it on his nose. Let's make sure we move it, right? Let's move it to his eyes. So here we can have two, right? We can duplicate this, then take the other one to the other eye, right? So don't be ashamed of backwarding. Like I said, I didn't know how to edit this much when I started, right? So you can take your time. So sometimes you can slow it just to put that on his glasses if you cut it very well. So I think there was this part we put something. There was this part we added something. Right. So I think at the end, it was at the end. Let's see. This ending is very dramatic. When he looked at it, when he was looking at it. Right. We can use this download. We can apply the same thing. Let's see. Downloading. So from here, I think some files started downloading. Okay, we can just dramatically put that, right? We can dramatically put that in. Okay, we can show download complete, right? Right, we can take from here, so we can add it. Make sure if you are putting a clip, make sure you are not covering on that clip, because you can carry something here and just drop it on top of that one, and that one will be lost. So just be careful when you are carrying something in. Be very, very careful. So we want this to start from here, right? So the same thing, we're going to put our blending mode. I know this thing is sweeting you like I want to go and shoot a sci-fi movie, so it's something that's very easy to do. So that will bring us to transitions. Transition is another important thing in video editing. Transition is moving from one clip to another or one scene to another, using an effect to move from one scene to another. You must have seen those transitions when something fades in or fades out. So it's called a transition. So I can apply a simple transition here. So you can see this video where they are both doing this. We could start from here by creating a little transition, right? We could create a transition here. So let's create a transition from here to here. So we want like a dissolve. So if you want to create a transition, what you do is go here and you go to effect, right? So effect, you can bring down this video transition, bring it down. So you see dissolve, there are a lot of transition, but I love cross dissolve. I love this one. So you carry it and put it in between the clip. In between the clip. They must be in the same track, the same line. Hope you can see it. Put it in between. And you see the effect you're going to create. Hope you can see that effect it created. So it makes it more emotional, right? So you can put another one here. So it makes it more emotional, right? So you can see what we did there. So the same thing. I want this to fade in. This download is too sharp. So I want it to fade in so I can use my cross dissolve. You are free, use any transition you want, but don't spoil my movie, please. Don't spoil my movie. So, and on that thing you can reduce the opacity of this thing. If it's too much, it will look very fake, right? It will look very fake. So you can reduce the opacity. So I can increase it and cross dissolve. So it's now here where I was thinking about this daughter. And to make here interesting, we could make this footage black and white. You get? So I'm just going to reduce the saturation, the same color grading. So I click on it, then there's a bar here. I can reduce the saturation, right? Saturation means the intensity of the colors present in the video. So if I reduce saturation to 0, means there will be no color. Okay, so the same thing, click on the second clip. Notice if I apply for first, doesn't mean I apply for second clip, because these two clips, they are not together, right? So I can take it here, then I can reduce the saturation, right? So the last one, reduce saturation. So it creates a kind of effect, right? So we removed our cross dissolve. I'm blaming you guys. Somebody just removed it. Why would you be washing a course and remove what I've put? Why? Right? So we'll have this effect. So you can see what we've done. So the last thing that I want to teach you before we export is sound design. Sound design. Okay, sound design. I saw an error, but I'm going to leave it on purpose so that you can fill it in, so that you can face what I faced when I was learning. Okay, I just remembered when he looked at his daughter's but certainly you are going to find it on yours. So when it comes to yours, extend it so that the girl's drawing can show. Okay, so you find it one of the clips there. So look for the clip, take your time, look for the clips. So make sure the artwork displays before you leave this place. Okay, so I'm giving that to you as an assignment. Okay, so we have this one, and here it is. So he gets it there and is happy. So that's it. So the next thing I want to teach you is sound design. There's what we call sound design in editing. Okay, it gives it life. Ever since we have just been molding, perhaps since God breathed into man and man became a living soul, right? So we can start doing sound design. Although we've not done our text, but after the sound design, we're going to add our text, right? Yes, we're going to add our text after our sound design. So we can start. We have a sound there that we can use, right? We have a sound. So let's start with background sound. So we'll start with So no, I need this. Let's start with this. So you can notice what we are doing. I placed it there. So let's start with this. Right? So you can see that it's playing. Right? So it gives it the kind of ambience. Okay? It makes it more lively. So we need this sound. Okay, so at this point his phone rang, right? His phone rang. So right here we can cut this audio, then to where he ended the call. We can cut it here because we want to hear what the person is saying, right? So we can say audio gain. That's how to reduce the audio, the volume of the audio. So I right click here, then I say audio gain. It's very handy. So reduce it so that it will not interrupt the guy's call. So you can blend these two audio together. You can see that this was drastic. The switch was so drastic. The switch was too drastic, right? So, and that thing, I want to reduce this audio. Let me reduce it, the entire audio. So I just highlighted everything. I don't want it to be too loud, and I said audio gain. Let me reduce it. Let me reduce it again. I don't want it to be too loud, too noisy before it busts my viewers' ears, right? So we have this. So this part, a phone is going to ring, and I think we'll have that effect here. So let's go back to first edit sounds. So we have sound effect, telephone ring. So we have it here. So the way we work with video, that's where we work with audio. So if I double click here, you see that no visual is showing, right? But we just have signals of audio. So I can take it to where the phone rang, cut it from here. So I can cut it. So I need this part. So I'm going to take it not on top of this one. I'll bring it downwards. Okay, so before his attention is or changed or whatever, before the guy gets his action, so the phone has to ring. So I can click here. This is what we call sound design. Okay, so I can put it here, then it looks at the phone, it picks it. Can you see? Right? So you can see. It picks it, right? So just be creative with yours. Just be creative with yours. So I think we need an AI voice here. We need an AI voice. So let's look for the AI voice. Let's look for the anonymous.
Listen, young man.
So I think from here we have.
Listen, young man, you.
I think it ended here.
To our account.
So I think it ended here. So we'll copy this audio and put it here. Okay, this is what we call sound design.
Listen, young man, you have only 3 minutes to break access into the system. If not, the FBI will crack into our account.
Right? So we have this. So there's one more thing you can do to make this audio interesting. Right? There's a new session in Premiere Pro that you can make an audio. You can see that the audio is not looking like a phone call. So in just one click, you can make it to be a phone call, to sound like a phone call. So you go to Windows, go to Essential Sound. It's going to bring it up, right? So when you click it, you go to why did I even say I was going to end this course when I've not taught on Premiere Pro templates, and I've not taught on applying text. I've not really delved deep into applying text. We've not even applied text to this. I'm going to treat all that, okay? So just pardon me, okay? So when this comes out, Lumetri color, essential, don't mistake them for each other. So I make sure I'm clicking essential, make sure I'm clicking the audio. So I just go to this part, preset. I go to telephone. I just click on telephone. That's all I need to do.
Listen, young man, you have only 3 minutes to break access into
And
the
you see that the
system.
sound has
If not,
changed.
the FBI will crack into our account.
Right, so but there's something I want you to notice. This switching is too sharp. You can see the sound went down once, and we don't want it. We want the sound to blend, so while it's going down, nobody will even notice. Okay, so we have to go to effect, then sound. Sound, then you can session this effect, but I think it's under audio effect, but you can session it. You can say constant. So I use this a lot. So constant power is going to blend the two sound gradually. So you can see. Hope you can see.
Listen, young man, you have only 3 minutes to break access.
So I'm putting it here also. So it's just like an audio transition, just like we have video transition, right? So we have that done already. So the same pattern, you can fix the other AI voice. You can see at the beginning the AI voice welcomed him. So you can fix the AI voice welcoming him. The same pattern. So there's another important one you want to do. So we have a sound here. We have a sound. Let's go to sound effect. So why this thing is refusing to, we have an overall sound, you get, that gives it like kind of AI robotic feel. Okay, so we have that sound. Let me just try to look for that sound. Okay, we have background music. So I think it should be with the video effect, right? I think it should be with the video, the clips. So let's check sci-fi videos. So this video has sound, this sci-fi sound on it. So we are going to use it. Can you hear the sound? So we're going to put it constantly on the background so that it gives it a kind of cinematic feel, right, or robotic feel. So I'll drag it. So if your audio track has ended, you can drag it down to create another track for you, right? So you want this sound to be very minute. You don't want it to be pronounced, right? You don't want it to be pronounced. So you can see it's sounding on the background, but it's minute, right? So the simple thing I'm doing, I'm just duplicating the sound so that it goes around the video. You get. So there is a part that would likely use slightly use a different sound, right? There's a part would slightly use a different sound. So on purpose, let me just tell you, on purpose I will skip some particular AI feelings, like the part where the guy came and the AI welcomed him and things like that. So I will leave it for you to feel yourself. Okay, I'll leave it for you to feel it yourself. So notice those parts and feel the audio so that it's better. So I would like to see your final video export. You can put it on the group. I would like to see it. And meanwhile, do not pirate this video. Do not pirate this video because it's trademarked. Okay, the script is trademarked, and if you do that, that will be copyright. Okay, so that was why I was supposed to put a watermark on this video, but I said no, there's no need to put a watermark so that you can find what you're doing interesting. So watermarks are very annoying. So, but you just take notes because it's already trademarked. It's already on YouTube separately, so you can't use it again. And very soon you are going to be applying for a short film award category with this. So you don't need to do it. That's if by the time you're watching this course, we should have already applied. So don't be too smart to copyright. But I know my people, they are very good people. I know the people that are watching, they're very good. They're not like that. Okay, so you can see this is creating an ambience. So all our access denied had an audio, right? It had a sound. So but there's a major sound I want you to do. So where he saw his daughter, right? Where he saw his daughter, the sounds went down. The sound went down. So what I want to do is that I want to copy the sound. I want to cut this sound from here. Then I want to take it here. I'm doing this on purpose taking it on top of the other sound. So where he saw his daughter, so okay, the sound came down here before I saw it. Okay, so his daughter called him here. So here we have two audios. So remember, you don't want the audio transition to be very sharp. You can see the way it changed. Okay, so you can look for somewhere that is less pronounced, right? So before you merge the two audios, so I can use there. So I can use this part. So most times when you cut audio into two, you have to look for somewhere that it will be well cemented, right? So let's look for our effect and constant power. Let's put it here so that it is not that pronounced. It looks as if the audio is continuing, right? So there's a part here I want us to do. So the part where the sound changed when his daughter came in. Okay, when he imagined about his daughter, there was a part where, so it changed to this kind of beautiful sound that made the emotions to rise, right? So we can take from here to here. It's just an audio, so you take only the audio, right? So you can put it here, but that sound did not last for long. Okay, so watch what I did. So you can reduce the gain before you even apply it. Reduce the gain, reduce it so that it will not be too pronounced. So you allow this place to be, then you start it from here, right? So presently I'm going to take off all this audio. Yes. So some audios that are unwanted, you can see when it's shaped back, you can use what do we call it now, effect, constant power, so it fades off, right? So it fades off, right? So when it fades up, we go back to the action sound, right? We go back to the action sound. Right, so you don't want somewhere that's okay. You can take this softer part that sounds soft, so we can put our constant power here. So if you are forwarding this, you will not understand. You have to follow us from where we stopped. So if you are following through, you will get to understand what you're doing. So he turned away from his daughter. So we can decide to put this here so that it becomes seamless, right? Okay, hope you see what we're doing. See what we're doing, right? So it becomes seamless. So we can take this part because I want to put some other audio at the bottom. No, there's no need. So I can leave it. So you can see our video makes a lot of sense. So there are some audios you can add to make it more nice, like where the girl was laughing. All of them, they're inside the course file. All this access denied, you can add the audio, a sound that repels, right? So I can go to YouTube and choose to, in case you are looking to add a sound, I can go to look and say access denied sound. You see a sound effect that has to do with access denied. If you listen to this one, right? This one is just silly. This one is silly. So you can look for a sound, access denied sound from anywhere. You can look for it and add it here. Sound effect. So it's just like ka, okay, ka, right? So it's very nice. So if you check the project file, you're going to see the access deny there. You would find it there, okay? So that's that part. And that's it. So we're going to move to something very important. Okay? So the next thing I want to teach you is Premiere Pro templates. They call it Mogrt, Mogrt. right? That's motion graphic template for short. So what it does is that it gives you, instead of you doing trying to do text effect by yourself. For instance, I want to write the name of this film, right? So I can put code of redemption, right? So but this will be so boring and flat, so boring. Don't look for your, what they call it, your layer. Your layer appeared here, so take it back. That's the automatic way. So I can label this, let me say blue, so that it looks different to me, because everything is just carrying pink. So I brought it down. So this is so boring. This is boring. Do you get? It's boring. So there's what we call template. Although this, I can go ahead to change the text. If I go to effect control, if I come here, I will see the text. Make sure you are clicking on it. So I can change the fonts here. So I promised I was going to teach about, I can change the font, I can move it around the way I want. I can increase the kerning. Whatever I want to do, I can change to all caps. Things like that. I can change the color, maybe to red. So all the properties found here. I can add a shadow if I want. All the properties, you will find it here, okay? But this will be too boring. So I want to bring in a template, okay? So what I will do is go to Windows, Essential Graphic, and it's going to be out. So I have a lot of templates I've downloaded already. Browse, I have it. And meanwhile, there are some templates that came with Premiere Pro. So those are the ones you will find on your own. Some of these ones, in fact, these ones that you are seeing that are so fine, I downloaded them, so you will not find them. So the ones you will find are likely this basic Premiere Pro templates. So you won't find all these many ones I'm bringing. So you find all these ones, all these film lower third, you find them. So if you bring them in, they are just like templates you can use. So this one is in already, but this thing is covering it. So what do? I can just make this layer invisible, so you can see that the title is here, right? You can see, but that one is not that bad too. It's not that bad, really. It's not that bad. It's sounding. So I can click on it. There is browse here where you see them. There is edit. If you click here, there is edit where you can edit it, right? I can edit it. So there are different things to edit here. So what you want to do most of the time is the text. So I see insert name here. I can double click here, then I can insert a name, maybe code of redemption, right? So I can put it there, then I can put it here, right? This thing is tempting me to use, right? So it's looking ugly, right? But let me bring our adjustment layer back, so you can see, right? I can take it to the center by using my position property, adjusting position property, right? Hope you can see. So this is not the typed one, but you can try other graphics there. But I want to take you to the ones that we call Mogrt, Mogrt, motion graphics template, right? So when you go to browse, you can install a Mogrt after you've downloaded. Okay, there are different sites to get free Mogrt, but most of the Mogurts you can see, or maybe say most of them really, they are not free. So most of these text you are seeing, they are not free. So, but you can still get free ones. So if you just type Premiere Pro Mogrt or Premiere Pro template, you will see them. You find some free. The ones that are free, they are naughty. So the ones that are not free, you see them. But I'm giving you this one. It followed the course file. I'm giving you this one, the typing effect. I'm going to give you for free, right? Essential sound, essential graphics. So I want to install a Mogrt. What do I do? So I come here, this button we call here add. So go to asset, go to Mogrt, you see it here. So go to this typewriter. I've added it. Yes, it's asking me to overwrite because I have it before. So but I'm going to overwrite because of you guys. See what you guys are doing to me. I have to overwrite. So we have all our Mogurts here. So I can search for it, type, because I've put it inside though. So I have it here, right? So what I want to do is that I want to put it here. Let me use it as a movie title. So I'm putting it here. So make sure you are not covering anything. Anytime you are doing this thing, wait, let me zoom in because I don't want to cover anything here. Oh, it's too long, it's too long, it's too long. Let me, okay, there's nothing there. So I can put it, right? So we have it here, right? Hope you can see. So that's like a graphics. So it makes it look cool. So how do I edit it? I click on it, then I go to edit, not browse, edit. So I find the controllers here. Okay, you can use to control how much you want the text to be blinking. You can use to control the speed if you want it to be very fast. But what I'm after is the text, right? So I put here, I put code of redemption. Code of redemption, right? So that's it. So let's see it. So you can see it's losing you can either, it's losing its position. You can either change it from here, from the template itself, or you can change it from here. It doesn't matter, anywhere, right? So I want to change the font to a more typewriter kind of font. So I can use this. It's looking like typewriter, right? So it has to go back. So there's one trick I want to show you. So I can duplicate this. When I duplicate it, I want it to reverse. What is reverse? Let me show you what is reverse. Right click on the clip, click on speed and duration, then click on there's what we call nesting, right? There's what we call nesting. So let's end this one before we go to nesting. Let's end this one. So we have the name of the film there. We have the name of the film here. So that's it. So there's what we call nesting. Okay, it's just like typically like grouping 3 objects together. Okay, there's some objects that maybe on top of themselves. Maybe you want to save space or something. You want to group all of them together. I can click these 2 and I can take like right click and nest. So to turn it to 1, you can see it's turned to 1. You can see, right? So it's more like grouping. So you can nest some certain clips together, but there's some things if you nest it will not work, right? So somebody might be looking at all these graphs and say, okay, let me just nest all of them and see what will happen, right? So you see everywhere is blank because you can't next adjustment layer anyhow. So leave it the way it is. Mostly you can nest clips, but adjustment layer, because they are different color grading there, they would not match up again to cause conflict. So it does not work, right? But if it's normal shape, sound and everything, you can nest them. So nesting just helps you to group objects together, right? Helps you group video clips, everything, group them together. Nevertheless, we can nest all this, but just that it's going to clean the effect. It's going to disturb the effect. So there are many things here. If not for this color correction layers we have here, it would have worked. So I can click nest and turn them to 1, right? You see the way it has shrinked them to 1. That shrinks them to 1, right? But did it work? So let's see if it worked. So I think because I nested all of them at once, so it worked. So it's not bad. We could nest that and it makes our layer look more good. So all my audio, I can also nest it, right? So okay, my audio will not allow me nest it. So it makes my what they call it, neater. It makes it neater, right? So that's it. It makes it neater. So we've nested that. So that is how to nest. You group your clips together. So it saves you from all these busy things. So most times you group related clips together. It's because we almost done. That's why this thing is even working, right? So we have our but certainly I'm going to take it back so that I can duplicate things easily. Okay, so there's something that happened here. Let me show you a super effect, how to reverse. So how to reverse, you've probably seen a video where somebody's reversing. Let me do it at the side where somebody's reversing, right? Oh, it's not this one. I wanted to bring a separate clip. So let me bring this clip. So right, so we have a clip like this. Let me increase the speed. So I can duplicate this clip, then I can reverse it. I can right click, then speed saturation. I can click reverse speed, then it's going to start from the back. You can see, right? So that's a simple effect you can use. You can see that this one, the normal way was that he removed his glass. This one is going to start from him wearing his glass. It's going to be as if he wore his glass. So that's a simple effect you can add to any kind of, maybe you are doing something, you want to add a simple effect, just something reverses and things like that. You can just use that effect. I'm doing it because I want to show you. I want to do it here. Okay, so this clip, I can duplicate it, then I can nest it because it's a type. So I want to turn it to a nested object. So I can nest it, and okay, I can just leave it like that. So with this one, I want it to behave like this. When the title has been typed, then to reverse back. You get as though it was wiped by the person that typed it. So that's what we're trying to do here. So I'll go to speed saturation, clicking on the second one, reverse speed. You get, so this one makes it gets here. Now I'll take it here. Then when it's done, it wipes itself, right? I hope you can see the drill. So it comes here, right? So that's just it. You can really reverse for a lot of things. So it helps a lot. So I believe you've gotten a lot, as in by now you should be very, very, very good by now. Very good. So, and that thing again, do not be in a hurry to just be scrolling through the video. Make sure you get the point. It does not matter if it takes you 1 month to understand this, or 2 months, or 3 months to understand this. But if you understand it within that 3 months, you become a giant. So don't be in a hurry to just skip things. If you skipped anything, go back and get it again and get yourself acquainted with it. Okay, so this is our video, and on purpose I'm leaving some gaps so that you can feel it. So some gaps like some AI sound, the sound where the baby called out to him, and some of this part where his glasses was reflecting the code. So I'm leaving it to you to feel, so you can feel that and make your movie or your short film more interesting, right? So but watch the short film so that you can use it to get what they call it now, you can use that as a proper reference, so that when you are fixing yours, it will be very good. Okay, it will be very good. So you want to be mindful of that. Okay, you want to be mindful of that. So without wasting much time, we'll have to begin. So that is for that. So kudos to you for getting up to this point. So if there's anything at all you are confused about, you can put it in the comment section. I'm going to respond to you. Trust me, we can't cover everything that Premiere Pro is all about on one course. It has to be segmented. Okay, it has to be segmented. So if there's anything that you do not get, you can reach out to me and say, okay, please, I did not get this, or I did not get that, or I did not get this, that, like that. So I'm going to respond to you. Okay, I'm going to respond to you. But before I go out, just something separate. So there's what we call editing of podcast. I think you would need this also. So before we export our movie, let me just show you this. So let me just look for 2 clips if I have any. Let me look for 2 clips. I think I have. there's a very easy way to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in my clips, 2 camera clips, right? So I'll bring in the first one. Remember, it's the same shoot but multiple camera, so I just want you to see it. Okay, so you can see. So I just want to take it to the part where she got the line, right? Right, so that's the main thing we want to take, right? So this is another camera, this is a wider angle. So there's something you would notice, because the mic is connected to one of the cameras, so it's not the 2 cameras. So that's why most times when you do multi-camera, you have to know your the camera that has the major audio, the main audio. There must be a camera that has a main audio. Do you get? There must be a camera that has a main audio, especially if you are doing your shoot. So what that is by the way. So what we want to do is that these are 2 different cameras, right? This is one camera, this is another camera, but she's actually saying the same thing, and it's the 2 videos started at the same time. So press record. The person that was closer to, I think, is around here. So the person pressed record, I pressed record at once, so it means the 2 video are being recorded the same time. So it's not a video that you recorded different time frame. It will not work. You can't match the audio like that. So what you do is that you carry it here and you bring it here, for instance, and hello. Eh?
That's the plumber.
He don't come.
He don't come. Now, I say they get.
Okay, I don't see him.
Okay.
So you put the clips together, and what you do is you're using just 1 click. Okay, 1 click. So I will highlight the 2 clip and I'll press I'll right click, then I'll go to synchronize, just this clip here. Then it's going to tell me which audio is he matching up to. So I'll say audio 1. So I want audio 2 to sync to audio 1, right? So I press OK. There's nothing to set, so it's going to adjust itself. Okay, so I want you to see the effect. So let me just extend this thing. So the other part where she was saying things that were not good, but Premiere Pro is going to automatically figure out where the audio exactly is. So I'm going to try to bring this to the front, then highlight it again, then do a next. No. Then press synchronize, right? So it's going to synchronize. It's going to take it to the end, because that's where the audio is, the right audio that matches up with it is, right? So I could, okay, no. So let's play it now. So you could hear it now. So what I just want to do is to unlink which camera is with the best audio. This is the camera with the best audio. So I'm going to remove this audio. I'll right click and unlink, right? Take away this audio. Okay, so I will gently move this thing, because anything you do slightly to shift that audio, it will not match up again. So that's why I zoomed in to make sure. So I'm going to close this gap. So let's, so if I take away this part now, I just disabled this first one, you see that you can see that this is the second camera, but the first audio, which is the major audio, is synced to what she's saying. So that is the power of Premiere Pro. It's going to do it. So the next you want to do is to nest. So we want to start mixing the cameras, right? So next, there's what we call mixing. Nest it first. So nest it. Then when you click on it, you right click on it, then you say multi-camera enable, right? So after you do that, the next thing to do is to click on this point to enable multi-camera, right? So you click on it, then let's go. So when I say action, so I can cut this part when I said action. So it's going. So you can be switching between both cameras as you wish. So if you even have 6 cameras, you can use the same method. You put them on top of each other highlight all of them. Providing you press record at once for the 6 cameras, it is going to sync it, and providing they can pick the audio on the background, they can pick the audio of what she's saying, even if it's not clear, but you have to have one major audio, right? So I can press 1 and 2 to change between these 2 cameras. Okay, this is 1, labeled 1 and 2, and so forth. If I have a lot more cameras here, to be 1 2 3 4 5 6, like that, so it's numbered in the sequential order. So you can see what we have. I can choose to add it. I can choose to add this. So I can choose to add this. So you can see this part is for this camera. So I can choose to bring this there, then extend this other camera to start from here. So those are the magical things you can do. Then I can close this. If I close it, then I can see it in full screen, right? So I can play it. So if you've been following our color grading, you follow our color graders, you know that why this particular camera is without color, right? You know why it's without color. That to create a multi-camera sequence. So that's it for that. So I'm going to delete that. That's by the way. Delete it out. Okay. So finally we are going to learn how to export. Okay, that is not as hard as what we've been doing ever since. Okay, so what we're going to do is just highlight everything, then you press your eye at the beginning. This is the first way to do it. Press your eye, it marks it in, you can see it here. Then go to the end where you want the export to end, then you click. So I usually want some kind of black screen at the end. Okay, I want a little black screen at the end, so I press O at the end so that it can mark it out. So the same thing for this part. Okay, did I show you this part? So I can usually press I, then at the part I want to close it, I press O, right? I hope I showed you. Okay, so I and O will usually mark. It will usually mark. Okay, so that's it. So it's marked from here, it's marked from here, but there's another way to do it. Okay, but that way is going to go to exactly the end of this clip. Exactly the end. It's not going to, you get exactly where this clip is ending. Okay, which is here, still here though. So I can highlight everything. Let me say I can highlight everything, then I press my forward slash, then it's going to highlight that portion. Even Mac and Windows, same thing. Okay, so that's it. And the next thing I want to press, you can go to file, you can go to export, then go to media, right? Go to media, then it's going to load, then you're going to name it, let's say code of redemption edit, right? So you can save it in the same folder. Let me save it in footages, right? So I can save it there. Then the next setting you want to do is the bit rate, is the depth of, let me say, the quality of the visual you are going to get. So it means a higher bit rate mean a higher size of your video, right? So but you don't need to touch it here. You can just put in adaptive bit rate, or you can put it in if you put it in high bit rate, of course it's going to come out very well, but the MB is going to be high. Okay, so you can leave this in H.264. This is normal setting, YouTube and others. We have some presets here. You can save it as 4K, save it as 720 for mobile phone, right? You can use all sorts of setting, but I would advise you use H.264. Then video, you can set more, right? So do not touch any other setting, but click render at maximum, use maximum depth. But I hope your system is strong enough for this, okay, because there are some kind of settings you use. Then here the bitrate, you can use there to manually decrease the bitrate. So if you look over here, you see how many MB our video is having. Imagine this 3 minutes video is having 400 and 700 and something MB. Look at it, because we marked here and here, that's why it's showing here. Another thing, be careful of your marking. You can go and mark somewhere that is not good. So sometimes when you come here, you can just preview it, then see if you don't mark it wrong place, you don't over mark it, because that it was where we marked that is taking the whole place, right? So take note of that. So we have 709 MB, this little video. So we can use this part to reduce it, reduce the bit rate. You can see that it's reducing, right? So we can change it to 2 pass. Most times change your bit rate to 1 pass, please, so that you can easily edit it. No, 1 pass. So you can reduce it. So I can put it in like 15 will not be too bad. You can take 30 if your system is strong enough. My system is strong enough actually, but I'm just trying to pity for you. Sorry, maybe some of your system might be more than that, but I think my system is more. I know it's more. If not, you would have been seeing some kind of lagging, since you would have noticed. So I'm not bad. 358 MB is not bad. So let me just put it in 20 bit rate, so I can do this. So that's just what I want to do. That's not to do. You can decide not to edit the audio or things like that, but most times you will not have to do that. You will not have to do that. You will not have to do that. So you can either send to media encoder, which is a software that Premiere Pro or Adobe used to export, especially multimedia. It's multimedia software uses to export, right? Or you can export here on what they call it now, Premiere Pro. Okay, so I'm going to do the two. I'll send it to media encoder. I'll do the two for you so you can see it. But if you want to use media encoder, you have to have the software. You've got to have the software. Okay, so it's going to open media encoder for me, and yes, because I have the software, so it's going to open it. So these are other things that I have been I've rendered in the past. Some I stopped them. So but you see the latest one at the bottom. So what you want to do is to put this one that's being ready, click on it, then click this play button. So it will start rendering your video. So when it gets to the end, this is just the first lap. So when it's done all this reading, it will start properly. When it starts, you will start seeing an image here showing you pictures of individual frames, so as it's moving, right? So this is going to take a lot to render because of the heavy color grade we did. So sometimes you can remove your color grade to save you time. If your system is not strong enough, remove your color grade until you get maybe a very strong system. Okay, so that's for that. So we can use our normal export. So I press Ctrl M, then the same thing. I can say code. I can name it. So I have to start again to name it. Code of redemption. I can name it COR, right? Export. Most times encoder is faster, right? It's faster. Okay, and encoder, you can queue a lot of videos. You can queue a lot of videos. You can see that it has started, right? You can queue a lot of videos. So after I'm exporting this one, I can go to the same time I export another video. It will come and queue here. So if I press play, after it's done with this one, to go to the next one like that. So you can go and sleep and you'll be exporting. But if it's this one you want to, you have to wait for it to finish and export again. So I guess maybe if you're exporting a lot of long videos, maybe segments of videos, you have to use encoder, so I save you stress, right? So I want to export this one now. I want to export this one. So it's going to export. So it's going to export now. So let's just wait for it to export. Allow it to finish. Then when it's done, then you go to your final your output, right? When everything is done, when it's past 100, it's going to close this dialog box. Okay, if you are using what they call it, encoder, I'm going to see sometimes encoder is very slow. It's very, very slow. So I'm just going to close this. I'm going to close this, or maybe pause this, right? So you have our video here. So when you are done exporting and it's past 100%, it's going to close this dialog box by itself and it's going to notify you that it has finished exporting. So if you go to the location, you are going to find the movie. You're going to find the export, any export that you've done, right? Any export you've done. So this is my export, right? This is my export. So I believe this course was very interesting, right? It was very interesting, and you got to learn a lot of things. You got to learn a lot of things in a very short time, not too long, right? It's not too long. So some things I'll just tell you is just take your time to learn the video, take your time to follow through the video, and everything would sync. Okay, everything would sync as you gradually get used to the tools. Okay, if there's any question you have, put it on the comment section, and remember to fill in the other things that you asked to fill in so that your video will look amazing and everything. So you post your video, maybe export in a very smaller format, then put it on the group, or just a frame, put it on the group, and I would see it. Okay, so this is it for Premiere Pro course, and thank you guys for joining. Thank you, and thank you for sharing in advance. Share to as many as you can share to, and at the end it will all be good. Okay, it will all be good. So our Premiere Pro export is done, and then we'll just move to where we saved it, right? So this is it. This is it. So this is it. So nice video. It's a nice video, right? It's a nice video. It's a nice video. It's a nice video. So see you guys as you watch your export, if you successfully did it. So bye guys, see you on our next course, and do not forget to visit our other courses. We had a course on cinematography, we have a course on motion graphics, that's After Effects, the senior brother of Premiere Pro, or let me see, the brother of Premiere Pro. Okay, we have courses on lighting, we have courses on Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. We have different courses, and all these courses are amazingly free. Okay, so you go see these courses and further your creative career. Okay, that's my time, so I'm checking out. Bye for now. Bye, see you next time. So guys, I believe you enjoyed the entire course. I mean, the video was a blast, right? You would agree with me that it was awesome. Like, we should be featured in Netflix. And by the way, I shot the video just because of this course, and worked with a couple of persons, and I believe the end product was amazing. So with doing this, you could just go to use this knowledge to create any other video. I decided to choose this complex video so that anywhere you want to get to when it has to do video edit, you'll be able to stretch there, because you've done something as complex as this. Because when I was doing this, I was thinking, is this too complex maybe for people that are just starting out, things like that? But I don't think it's too complex, because this knowledge is going to be like a foundation, even beyond foundation, for you to maybe step on, or maybe to gain grounds on for further knowledges or for further things you would want to do with this course. Because not everybody's going to get into filmmaking, right? I don't think it's everybody, but let me say a higher percentage of people would want to go into filmmaking. A higher percentage of people that took this course would prefer to go into filmmaking. But if you decide to use it for me for social media or anything, it would still work perfectly with this skill you've acquired. In fact, it's over, as in it's over. Okay, it's over what you need. Okay, so thank you for taking this course, and don't forget to subscribe and share this course to as many as you want to share it to, okay, because they have to take advantage of this. So I remain EKD, so see you some other time. We have amazing courses you want to check on this channel. So if you're an upcoming filmmaker, you want to check our cinematography course also. So we have other courses on graphics design, we have courses on 3D animation, and different courses. They are still free, so you want to do well to access them and join the required channel and be enrolled and take courses. You want to take advantage of all this knowledge that are spread across, okay? As much as possible. You would need them, okay? You would need, especially if you're in the creative industry, you would need them. So that's it for this course. See you some other time. Bye.
Enjoy all these premium courses in this channel for free.
Time to take a chance to fly, feeling like I'm 10 feet high. Nightmares call, you can't deny. Better find a place to hide.